Alright guys, what's going on? Jeff, another video. Today guys, we're going to be going breaking down my pure Manadome deck profile. We still have some, as you guys can see, some Scareclaw cards here in the deck. But that's still kind of the best way to fuse it because you do need some level 3s to help kind of go into some of your like fusions, like to get out like the Naturia Beast would be a good example. Or like going into your like Deflor plays and things like that. So that being said guys, let's go ahead and dive in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So the Rum Heart guys is basically their version of the Rich Heart. You can see they kind of look kind of similar as well. He does look a little bit more like Visa Starfrost though. So I will say that. So basically what he's meant for is, and I'll pull this up where you guys can read the effects on the left hand side as we go through the cards. So we're running 3 of them. With the pure version, it makes sense to run 3 of them. Just as the same reason with Scareclaw, right? We always run 3 of the Rich Heart. Because this one's going to allow us to. One, it lets us chain block, so we can basically trade out the Rich Heart. So we could trigger the Rich Heart's effect, add one of like our rivals from deck to hand, just kind of for extended plays. And then also what we can do is by chain blocking, we'll trigger, activate his effect, chain link 1, to add a Scareclaw spell trap from deck to hand, then quick effect, Rum Heart from hand, and then basically destroy the Richard, special summon him, he'll resolve first. So this will let you add any of, so if it says if this card is from a special summon, you can add 1 Manadome card from your deck to your hand. Majority of the time, you're going to want to pull like the Abscission, I guess is, I'm still not quite sure how to pronounce this. Abscission, I don't know. I don't know to be honest. But right, you want to pull this one. Uh, I'll put it where you guys can see. Right, this one you can see that like, kind of what it looks like there. Right, so for some reason you already have the obsession, then you pull the trap. So this way you can go in and get the trap out. So when you end on your board, right, which is usually going to be like your Naturi Beast, your Deflor, and potentially like whether what you want to go for like Appaloosa, or if you're just going like Tryhard, ending on Tryhard. So like uh Tryhard, Naturi Beast, like Deflor, and that's a good way to basically have a nice little negates kind of counter situation since you have a synchro on the field. So that way, if they try and dark ruler you or if they try and droplet you, this is going to be protect you. So if you have both of these, you always go for this. So you want to try always get, especially with you going first, so you end on that. The other little ones, so we're running 3 of the I guess the Hearless is how you say this one, and then 2 of the Meeks. These are the ones that if they're destroyed on the field, they special summon another one of themselves from the deck. But the field spell lets you guys bring back the one that you destroyed on the field back from the grave. So plus when this one's destroyed here, the water one, the Meeks one, this one goes from a level 2 to a level 4. So you can make this a level 4 instead. Like we talked about the obsession. So this one lets you do, guys, you target one card in your field and you destroy it. And if you do, and the field spells on the field, or if you control, basically what you can do is basically have one a Matador spell a trap card. So if you activate this, and this is already on the field, basically you can pull the trap card, which is what I would suggest pulling if you don't already have it. Uh, so if you do already have it right, then the last one I do run the imagining. Most people I see don't like the imagining, but I feel like it's still one of those cards you need just as a one of because right you want to make sure you're cycling back. Like sometimes right maybe the field spells get stuck in your hand, or these guys right you don't want the Hearless really right other than just like special summon the one from your hand by having like the Rum Heart or the Rich Heart on the field because that's how you play them from hand is having a monster 1500 attack and 2100 defense on the field, which are going to be those 2 cards. So if you happen to have you've already like resolved that and you have like an extra one in hand, like one or the other or a mixture of both, this will let you cycle them back into the deck or anything else maybe that you don't need, right? So just by drawing 2 cards and then basically putting one of them back on the basically the bottom of the deck. So that way you're still kind of break it even, but right, you're fixing your hands that maybe you didn't have something you needed, or it gave you maybe got you the combo play that you needed to finish extending your board. I'm still running I still like the Kashtira cards in here because they're still really good boss monsters for the deck. Uh, if you guys would like me to do a profile with something different to them, I probably would instead of using them. If I had to take them out for anything, probably would run the alphas. Granted, it's more of a going second card, but alpha is a very still good boss monster because you do need some sort of boss monster in the deck. Uh, so we'll see if I can find anything else. Comment below if you guys think of anything off the top of the head. But uh, to me, the only thing that comes to mind is Alpha at the moment because it's to me would be the best one. But it's more yet again more of a going second. So we could run triple Alpha here if needed, and then we would still kind of have like two other cards that we could run like for going first as well, or just other backup cards. But I like the standard Kashtira play. You still need the 2 V's of Starfrost. I would still play this at 2 guys, no matter which version you run. I feel like 3 would be probably too excessive because you don't want to get two of them in hand because his effect is a hard once per turn by special summoning him. So you want to have two of them in your hand because they're just bricks, and you can't use this to cycle him back. Uh, so well, you could kind of show him, I guess. So yeah. So we got that. So the rich art like normal, right? You're just using it really to pull the arrival. We may put in the defang back. We'll see what happens with this version here once the game gets working, or maybe I can test it on Endo Pro and the defang back or the straddle back for like OT protection and or OTK plays. So that's potential something we may swap in here. Um, something if we make so we have to figure out what we would take out, or we just maybe play. I probably just would play it at 41, right? Because it's not that big of a deal, and we pull everything out. So I probably honestly, to be honest, I would probably take anything out. I probably just would put it in. The reinforcement right to pull your rich heart and your rum heart, whichever one you don't have. A little scareclaw, mini scareclaw engine, just one of each, besides the rich heart himself. And then two of the field spells to help pull them from hand, because you do need these in here to kind of cycle them, so you can go into like Nat Beast, because he is going to be your level 3. So you are using the Hearless to use one of these guys to go into the Nat Beast turn 1. The rivals to bring back. We have the Talons, so if they go anything during your turn, right, we can draw two. That's more likely what you're going to use it for, but this to get rid of back row cards, because as you guys, I hate back row cards. We already talked about Imagine to help draw and kind of shuffle back cards that are dead in your hand that don't make sense. The parallel exceed for extended plays, so you can kind of go through your synchro plays a little bit easier. Well, excuse me, synchro and your link plays. I meant to say link plays originally, but right, it really helps with both, so you can get two out to go, whether it be into Tryhard, two monsters for Tryhard, or two monsters to go like IP or maybe for the cross sheet play if you can go into the Vicious Shroud if you've already got the Starfrost and the Richard or Starfrost and the Rumheart Engrave, you can go straight for the fusion. And we are running basically Ethos Acum. So we are running one of him since we do play quite a bit of Earth Monster. We could run the water one as well. Uh, I just don't. I feel like it'd be too risky to try and resolve it because you would have to play this at 3, and I really don't. I don't really. I'm not a real big fan of the water one at the moment. We'll continue to play test and see if I like the water one more, but that's about it. The other ones I've already talked about in previous videos, and most of these are all old. Cards are already out, so there's no discussion other than the Straub, which we just discussed making. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this particular deck profile. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.